Let's go. Welcome back. Thursday night. Hope you're having a lovely Thursday nights. I've got a chessboard. Back rows randomized. We have back to chess 960. Fischer random. This is starting position 774. 774. Memorize it. Study it. Master it. When you first encounter position, always look for loose pawns. This is an undefended pawn. Not an undefended pawn. The knight defends. And all the rest of the pawns are defended. So just this one pawn. I don't think my pawn's going to play. Okay, they do play. Improving the knight. That's always another great idea in chess 960. Getting a knight out of the corner. Knights are terrible in the corner. Usually good to get them early. Active early, that is. And I always like to improve the scope of the bishops and the queen early as well. I'll do just that. Go with this bishop. This could be a move at some point. I'm going to be the knight here first. Just to add a little oomph to the move. Knight just to defend here. But I may... Okay. This. Pawn comes forward. Let's go. Go after this pawn. I'm just going to play solid defender here a second time. What does that me think? Go after this bishop. Pre-moving here. Getting that pre-move in. This is the idea. How to defend? Well, I can defend with the knight, but then does it get a little tricky if my opponent plays here going after the bishop, or bishop going after the knight? I can defend with the king. Probably will defend with the king. I can defend with the king. So no castle for me. Defended. Okay, let's clarify what's going on with this knight. Knight's likely coming back here. Does knight come in? No. Bishop takes. Pawn takes. Is that a thing? Or is this a thing? Defended only once if I push the pawn forward. Attacked by the knight and the queen. Have to be careful there. Hmm. Go after this pawn. This is defended. This pawn needs to be defended. Opponent castle. My opponent picks up their king, drops it on this rook. Yeah. Castle. Defending the pawn twice. Just getting the bishop a little more active. Can't be bad on this lovely Thursday night. Does that make me think? It's up about 9 seconds. Yeah, what is the idea here? It just seems like all the action is on this side of the board. Is this the idea of bringing the queen here? So do I preemptively bring my queen here, but still queen can come in. Always just play this too if queen does land here. Moving here. I takes bishop takes. And if queen does check, I think I just push my pawn. Getting that pre-move in. And this rook is inactive. Okay, my rook's inactive too, but at least it's connected with this rook. And it is on the same file as the king, so that's a thing. Really considering this. Okay, who hates it? It is defended by the rook. Not obligated to defend it immediately. But this, the idea of if pawn takes, queen takes. Yeah, getting a queen in the game. However, I have to consider taking with the pawn too. Could be better. This looks more natural to get the queen active. But maybe this is actually better. So, don't think my opponent made the right move there. Dropping back with the knight. The bishop's annoying here. Because you always have to consider if bishop takes, then pawn structure is spoiled. Maybe not immediately, but maybe this diagonal could be useful. But that's not relative here. Queen comes in, takes this pawn. What's this queen thinking? Where is this queen going? Everything's defended here. Can I attack the queen? Just take here. If I take here, not so easy. I can't push this pawn. You bring the queen here. So I here. Okay, quickly using arrows. Six goes after this. I'm gonna go this way. Going after this pawn. Activity. Opponent defends that pawn. I'm gonna drop this rook back. Just here for now. Opponent's likely gonna play here. I'm gonna pre-move here. Always a safe pre-move to make. Anticipating a pawn coming forward, and you taking it diagonally is always a safe pre-move. It can never happen unless the pawn comes forward. Is close to even. Interesting dynamic where I have the bishop for the two pawns. Maybe interesting. It's a nice way of saying slightly losing. For black here. I feel should be good. But if it is good, you still have to prove it's good. Yeah, I missed that when queen was here. I could have grabbed the pawn. Go after the pawn. Look at this bishop move. Is it risky? If, say, rook comes here, takes, then rook comes here. Here, play here. Here, just step the king side. This king wants, or the rook wants to come here. Both around the minute mark. Eating queen, queen of my dreams, defending the bish. Grabbing. Oh no. Yeah, this works. But down the exchange and a pawn. Don't want to trade rooks. Bring the rook over. 42 seconds. Opponent has a healthy 8. King steps aside. Bishop comes back. Defending here. Very solid bishop. Can never be kicked by a pawn. Queen wants to get active. This way. On this diagonal. 35 seconds. I'm threatening to take here. Not anymore. Just here, pre-moving here. King safety. Oops. Bishop wants to come back. kind of locking this rook in. Yeah, this is ultimately defended, but queen takes. Okay, you can't take here, but queen takes. Let's spoil the whole party. Queen takes, rook takes. Check here. Check here. I only have 10 seconds. Surely. Yeah, surely. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you next time. Cheers.